We have made it to the end of the season, Nathan.
Finally.
It is the last weekend of the Premier League and predictions for the league. It's week 38. Before we get on to this week's predictions, a quick look back at how well we got on week 37, which there are 3 more matches to conclude. We're recording this on Wednesday evening. There are matches on Thursday, but last time out at the moment, Frank Sidebottom FC has scored 10 points with 2 perfect scores. So let's get straight into it and make the final predictions of this Premier League season.
So as it is last game week of the season, all matches have to be played at the same time. And this year they decided 4 o'clock on a Sunday. So usually it's midday, yes. So first up we've got Arsenal against Everton. Now Arsenal, Spurs at the end of the day, they're going to basically 1 point and they're in Europe, or they're in Champions League, aren't they? Arsenal completely bottled it, losing their last 2. And then Everton playing tomorrow against Crystal Palace. I don't think they're going to win that one. And not only that, they're not going to win on Sunday either, which there's going to be a spoiler in, well, if you watch this video all the way through, with who I think is going to get relegated. So I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal.
2-0 to Arsenal. Well,
bye-bye Everton.
Massively depends on tomorrow's night's match against Crystal Palace. If Everton win that one, then I reckon this could have an effect on this fixture on Sunday. Arsenal have been strong at home. I think they've only lost something like 4 matches at the Emirates this campaign. Everton fighting tooth and nail. We're making the predictions on Wednesday evening, so I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 away victory to the Toffees Bulls.
For them to stay up.
Yes, indeed. Next we move on to Brentford against another relegation threatened club in Leeds United. Now, Leeds getting a creditable draw last time out at home against Brighton, I should say. Brighton. They left it late in that match. Really lucky to get out with a draw in the end, I thought, personally. But they've given themselves a bit of a lifeline. Burnley, of course, have got a couple of games, 1 game in hand on them. But I fancy this one. Brentford have been really good this season. Currently in 11th position. It's possible that they could get into that top 10, which would be amazing for the club and Thomas Frank. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline in this one.
Interesting. Now I'm going to go for a massive shock here for some reason. Brentford, they're on the beach for me, even though they have been playing pretty consistent as of late. But
only 1 defeat in 6.
That's very true. I hate Leeds. Everyone knows I hate Leeds. We're Cardiff fans. But I don't know. I just fancy Leeds in this one. Their fans are going to be well up for this. First season where their fans are proper back in the Prem. They got a relegation battle. Massive for them. I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds. Okay, next up we have another sort of dead rubber. Brighton against West Ham. It's pretty much confirmed now that West Ham are in Europe next season. Depending on Man United, they could get into the Europa League, but they could be in the Conference League as well. Brighton, they're pretty much in 10th unless they start to lose again. They could push up further up than Leicester, finishing 9th, which would be a great result for them. But yeah, I think it's going to be a stalemate, 1-1.
1-1. That was the result earlier in the season at the London Stadium. West Ham have got it all to play for in this one. They could go into that Europa League, which will probably give them a few more weeks rest, because I think if you go in the Conference League, maybe, I might be mistaken, they'll be starting their season earlier. Brighton have been impressive. They should have beaten Leeds last week, in my opinion, and I fancy them in this one just to edge it against West Ham, to give their fans a thoroughly good season, Brighton. So I'm going to go 2-1 at Brighton. Then we move on to Burnley against Newcastle. Burnley, of course, one of those clubs playing on Thursday evening where they come up away against Aston Villa, which at the moment they are in 18th position. If they get a result in that match on Thursday night, then that will push Leeds down possibly into the relegation zone. In this fixture against Newcastle absolutely fantastic at St James's Park against Arsenal earlier in the week. They were phenomenal against Arsenal.
Yeah.
You could say thoroughly deserved that victory in this one. I think Burnley fighting for their lives. I think they'll cancel each other out. 1-1.
I disagree. I think Burnley are going to do all their work against Aston Villa for me, and then they're going to go into this one. I mean, if they win their next match, they're pretty much safe, aren't they, against Villa? So I think their heads would have dropped a bit. They probably would be on the beach. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Newcastle victory, and you know, all that togetherness with Newcastle. It's going to be a great atmosphere there at Turf Moor. So yeah, 2-0 Newcastle. Okay, so next up we have Chelsea against Watford. Now Watford are complete and utter rubbish, losing 5-1 to Leicester. 0-0. They couldn't even beat Everton. Just ridiculous amounts of losing streak there. Meanwhile, Chelsea, they're in Champions League, aren't they? They're on the beach, patchy form. They know it themselves. But yeah, Watford aren't winning another game this season. 3-0.
3-0. Well, Chelsea slightly unlucky at times in the FA Cup final against Liverpool. Okay, they started off very slowly but did come back into that match. A really good victory against Leeds in the league last time out. They do play on Thursday evening as well against Leicester, so they could have had that. They could have the Champions League pretty much wrapped up by then. If they do, then this result could be slightly different. However, it should be too much different.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a straightforward Chelsea win against this hapless Watford side, 3-0. Then we've got Crystal Palace coming up against Manchester United. A real interesting one, this one. Manchester United actually won this one, if you can imagine Man United winning. But it was at home, and they've been very good at home, Manchester United. Different kettle of fish away from home. Zaha coming up against his former employers. They're going to want to put up a bit of a show, but so will Palace, and I do fancy Palace at home against Manchester United. I don't think the likes of Pogba, Rashford are out. They should have enough to beat this Palace side, but I fancy Palace at home at Selhurst, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to Palace.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go for a 1-1 draw here. It's Rangnick's last game in charge. He's going to want to make an impression as well, especially for a lot of the players as well to prove too, because of course Ten Hag has started this week in Manchester as well, so he is going to, the players are going to want to make a stand for him, aren't they? So I'm probably going to go 1-1 here. I could probably see Palace winning this one more than United though, to be honest. Okay, so next up we have Leicester City against Southampton. Now Leicester winning by big margins as of late, but look who they played recently. 5-1 against Watford, 3-0 against Norwich, and then losing to Everton and Tottenham, of course. Meanwhile, Southampton on the beach, not playing well at all. 3 losses in a row, 2-1, 3-1 and 2-1 again.
Tough games though.
Tough games, that is very true, but I can see it in Leicester's hands. They're going to want to stay within the top half of the table. No European football for them next season. I think that's really a good thing for Leicester, especially considering they need to rebuild a little bit next season. So I'm going to go 2-0 to Leicester.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm going to go exactly the same scoreline as you, Nathan. The Southampton team, okay, they didn't do too badly against Liverpool. I think they went ahead in that match. A little unfortunate not to get at least a point in that one, but we're talking Liverpool here. Leicester City, banging in the goals, albeit against very, very poor opposition. Leicester at home, I fancy them. Jamie Vardy's getting amongst the goals there. He's a good option for fantasy football. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to the Foxes. Then we move on to 2 massive matches. We've got Liverpool coming up against Wolves. This should be a straightforward victory to Liverpool at home at Anfield. You should imagine that Anfield will be in full voice for a change, maybe. But I think they'll win 2-0. Wolves will turn up because Wolves can be a bit of a thorn in the sides, but their season has petered out, hasn't it? 6 games without a win in the league, and a draw at home against Norwich isn't good. So, 2-0 to the Reds. Will that be enough to win the championship? Not sure. Well,
interesting. Yeah, that trophy is going to be flying in a helicopter above both cities.
Salah is probably a massive doubt for this match as well.
Yes, indeed, after he went off in the FA Cup. But yeah, that helicopter is going to be flying between both cities, isn't it, for this one? But look at Liverpool when they don't have Salah in important games. Remember Champions League against Barcelona a few seasons ago. They can still cope. And there's a bit of a spoiler that I think is going to happen here. Wolves, they have been so patchy recently, conceding loads of goals to teams that are doing really well as well, excluding Norwich and Chelsea, of course. Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 to Liverpool. However, this is going to be my spoiler. Man City, Aston Villa. Now, just to put it here, we have no allegiances to Liverpool. We're not Liverpool fans. We've never been Liverpool fans. We're full Cardiff fans. But I don't know why, but I can sense Aston Villa nicking it in this one. I think, considering their performance against West Ham last week as well, considering West Ham could have very well won that game with some of the chances near the end and at the start.
Man City did miss a penalty in that one.
But the question is, was it a penalty? In my opinion, no. Check out World of Football podcast and I think it wasn't.
At the Etihad as well. Come on, they're going to win, Man City, this one, surely.
I can just see them bottling it.
Really?
1-0 Villa.
Yeah, you say about bottling. Pep does. They do have this sort of self-destruct at times, don't they?
Yeah, this is
Champions League against Real Madrid. It looked all done and dusted, or the early in that first leg, didn't they?
Yeah.
Capitulated. No FA Cup win. No Carling Cup win either this season.
Trophy this season, this will be for them.
I don't think it will. I think they will come out all guns blazing in this one. This is gonna, no midweek matches for them either. Villa have got a match on Thursday evening when they're playing a tough game against Burnley at home. So I think that's gonna have an effect on this game, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 victory to the Citizens. And actually, I could probably see this one ending up some like 6 or 7-0 as well. But I'm going to go 3-1. And the final fixture of the season sees Norwich, the hapless Norwich, coming up against Spurs. Spurs will want to confirm Champions League positions. And talking about capitulating, Mr. Conte, Spurs, will they be a bit Spursy? I don't think so. They're playing Norwich.
How can Spurs be Spursy
against Norwich? It is a Carrow Road, their final match before going back down to the Championship.
And probably won't see them for a while either.
Maybe not.
That squad.
So I'm going to go for a 2-0 away victory to Spurs with Son and Kane inspiring them.
Spurs will try and be as Spursy as they can in this one, as we've seen throughout the years. However, they're playing Norwich. It's absolutely near impossible to be Spursy. Any other game of the season, this would be more. But last game of the season where something's on the line, I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs.
Fantastic. That concludes our predictions for the final weekend of this 2021-2022 Premier League season. Make sure everyone who's playing along to leave your predictions over at the Super Brew website for this final fixture. Can anybody catch Bend Me, Shake Me at the top of the leaderboard? Currently at this moment in time on 368 points. His nearest rival is Maka 03, who's had an absolutely phenomenal season. Delphin Safety, of course, and Hafsiz Emran. So we'll find out. We'll do a roundup video next week, and we've got a few roundup videos to record as well. Anything else you'd like to add, Nathan? What's happening with the vlogs? When is the content coming out on your channel?
Well, when Wales are back, isn't it?
In a few weeks.
In a few weeks' time.
You've also got massive rebuilding of the PC.
Yes, that's going to take a while, so I'd wait a bit on.
Are we going to have a vlog?
So to my channel, link in description below.
Yeah, but are we going to have a vlog on it, on your new equipment?
Who knows when it's done? Yeah. That's all I'll say.
Brilliant. Thank you for joining me each and almost every week on the predictions video, Nathan. Thank you for tuning in each and every week and leaving your predictions, even in the comment section or over at the Super Brew website. It's been appreciated, each and every one of you, and we actually read every single comment in the comment section as well. So enjoy your final Premier League weekend of the season. Make sure you leave your predictions as well, and we'll see you all in the next video, which will be out soon after the Premier League has finished.